today we're going to go over essentially how to register resources within strongDM using Terraform. A big issue that support actually has a lot of the time is us actually setting up customer repros and doing that quickly. So sort of a way to get around that is that we've started using Terraform to quickly set up and spin down customer environments and getting a more one-to-one sort of comparison when we're trying to repro bugs. So I'll kind of walk you through how we have that. But before that, obviously, not everyone always knows the tool that we're talking about. So I'll just quickly explain what Terraform is. And actually, it looks like it's not letting me share my screen. Oh, there we go. Give me 1 second. So Terraform is actually like a infrastructure automation tool. So if you need to spin up or spin down a server, it's not so much state management. So you have tools like Chef, Ansible, Puppet. Those more look for the current state. So if you need to set up a web server, it actually will install the packages, do the patching management, and allow you to continuously change and update the state. Similar to Ansible, they have a registry. So that registry is where all your providers can go in and create their own providers, and this allows you to call to their API. So strongDM has a provider, and we'll be using this within the demo. So you can see you can create accounts, grants, resources, nodes are actually used for relays and gateways and attachments, etc. We'll also be using the AWS provider. So let me swap to VS Code now. And then share. So this is what a standard Terraform directory would look. Of course, Slack always ends up in the worst spot possible. So I'm going to go ahead and run it while I explain exactly what's going on here. So there we go. I guess I misspelled something. So it's currently going through and reading the essentially infrastructure as code. So whenever you have a Terraform directory, you normally will have these Terraform files. You can also have TF-var files to store any like secret credentials, etc. So in this one, what's going on is we're going through and we're creating a new VPC, new subnets, routes for those subnets, gateways, and then we'll also be spinning up security groups, ingress rules, etc. Everything you would normally do when creating a whole new AWS environment. And within that, we'll also be setting up SDM resources. So as you can see here, we're going to create a new gateway, and it's going to use the address of our EIP that we're provisioning with the rest of our Terraform. And here you can also see that installation of strongDM onto that EC2 instance. And it's using something called a template file, which is right here. This is your user data script, like Cloud Init scripts. It actually will take a script like this, encode it into base 64, and then use that to create the resource and anything you want along those lines. So that's what's happening there. It's creating our gateways, it's creating our relay and our private subnet. It's also creating SSH resources for those servers because we're automatically uploading the public key that we're going to use for SSH. And also for Postgres, we'll be adding a Postgres resource. So that's still currently running, but if we take a look and swap back. Sorry, I have to swap screens. This is the problem when you have too large of a monitor. You can see here within this strongDM account, we should start to see resources showing up. So we already see this one. It's not online yet. But if we give it a minute, we should see that start to happen. So it should take 1 more second or so. We'll go back. As you can see here, Terraform keeps a state of the current state. So you can see that it's creating an admin grant. It's going through, it's creating the relay. And so we actually should be able to see the gateway. If I look up, yep, it should be checking in now. But that's essentially what we do is we try to grab as much customer information. We'll create a Terraform around that. And rather than having to manage the individual pieces and spinning up and spinning those down because they can be expensive, or if we have our own internal environments, we also use Terraform for that, just to be able to quickly register and deregister things as they come up and online. So you can see we've already got our gateway online, so we should start to see other data sources coming in. So it hasn't checked in yet because of the health check, but that's essentially what's going to happen. Is it's going to go through, give those permissions, add those resources, and it's as easy as that.